Okay, I think. Right, yeah, okay, it's fine. Right, so today is going to be a bit different because I'm going to attempt to basically make a game with Hypercard. Let me just put the Amigas on first, because otherwise you'd be like, where's my screen? Which is fair enough. Just get my screen up so I can see what's going on. There we go. Right, so the game that I've chose to try and recreate in Hypercard is called Can Do. It's a game called Last Half of Darkness, and it's what we'll do is we will switch over to the game itself, and we'll do some prep work, and the prep work is basically going to be seeing what we need to put into the game. And the reason why I've chosen Last Half of Darkness is you can see when we play it is how well it will put together on Hypercard, because Hypercard is basically a list of load of cards, and it's basically like, this one goes first, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one, and you can swap between two of them. Um, it's not terribly how do you call it? It's not supposed to be massively interactive, but it's the well-known game Myst is supposed to have been written on one. Hypercard for the Amiga, not for the Amiga, for the Mac system, to be a Cracktro system apparently. So it's an 060 but a 400. So it's going to be interesting to see if I can actually do this and then put it through. So let's start off with, let me just put on the game section. Let's call this prep work. I know it's not the game name, but it's just so that people. In fact, let me just take the label off. There we go. So at least you know what I'm doing. The next thing I need to do is I need to. Let me just pull in a new window. It's this one. Okay, I can change that to. There we go. Right, okay, so I do this transition. Just check whether it's okay on screen. Yeah, that should be fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the... originally what I was going to do was I was going to start pulling all the stuff from LGR's Let's Play of it. And maybe try and do maybe some sort of like DOS box kind of playing around with it. But when I was searching for the discs, I actually found that archive.org has got all this saved up. So that's what we're going to use as a kind of thing to test with. So let's start this up. Should be interesting to see how well this is going to emulate, because I've now got a better system, so it'll be interesting to see if this comes off horribly or not. Right, so at some point we're going to have to need maybe an intro screen like this. So I'm just gonna pull up my notes. Intro screen. Question mark. Put in something like welcome to the last Darkness remake. And have something like made during Amiga Monday from, what's the date today? 25th of June, July, sorry, 2022. Right, let me save that because I don't want it kind of not saving properly. Oh, sorry, excuse me, I'm still a bit off. It's weird, I've just had this cold for the past 2 weeks now. It's just been, I took a day off work on Friday, a sick day, and it was good because I'd popped a couple of pills, and I was out like a light for after about an hour. I didn't wake up until about 3-4 o'clock. But it's been weird today, utterly weird, because it's like I've been mostly okay, and then sometimes when I've stood up, it's like I've been a bit woozy, and then I've been okay when I stood up next time. I'm like, what's going on? So I don't know. Notes for last half of Darkness remake. There we go. And we've got TXT because otherwise it won't save properly. Well, it will save it, it'll just be like without a TXT file. Okay, so we go back to the DOSBox game. Can I actually do full screen? See what it does on this, on the monitor. Oh, it doesn't, it's quite good. Okay, it's fine. So I don't want to print out a order form. Want to use mouse. PC speed. In fact, I'm going to keep the sounds off for now. And then we'll do the lowest speed. So we've got a VGA thing we can do. So that's like a intro. So that's the first one. So intro, intro splash screen. And press any key to begin. It's not doing anything. Unless I've messed up somehow. Probably messed it up. That's fine. No to order. Mouse. No sounds. Slowest. There we go. So what we've got here is we've got big image here on the left. We've got several boxes. We've got an inventory box. We've got exit. I'll have to play around with what everything does. So if I remember rightly from the let me just make this bigger again. So I remember rightly from the LGR stuff, it was when they press examine, it goes blue, and then you can click certain areas. So I'll have to sort of see if that's possible in Hypercard. That'll be interesting to see if that's possible. If we click again, it doesn't actually come off. So we've got go. I can click here, and that goes to that part. If we click here, that tries to go through a door. This goes back again. But if we click, if we kind of do, let's have a look. If we click examine, and then we click here, it still does the same thing. So this is basically playing around to see what it is that things do. So when I go and programming it in, I know it's not, I don't have to worry about kind of what it's doing. Yeah, so this is, it's basically just click and click off. Right, okay. Operate, save, load, quit. Right, that's fine. Okay. So, let me just get out the notepad again. So, screen 1, sorry. That's outside the house. That has a big area for the image. We have to the right of that is 2 boxes with inventory and exits. And exits. And then commands to the right of that. Probably don't need those notes anyway, I'm just kind of dabbling around. That's fine. So, let's just hide this for now. We can go back to that in a second. Come over here and we'll do some... Open up Can Do. There we go, that's Can Do. I haven't assigned this properly yet, but it's fine. As soon as I put this in the find the right area, it'll open up nicely. Because I've been playing around with the manual. The manual that I was playing around was quite old. But it was enough to be able to kind of get me to get used to it, and I kind of just read through it. So if you want the manual, let me know and I'll send it over. So what we're gonna do first is I think this has already got a deck already on there. Let me just check. We've got card 1. The good thing about these cards is we can move them up and down. So even if we make a mistake at this point, we can just shift it up. So I think what we should do first is at least try and recreate the first bit. And if I just call this, let's edit that card name. Was it right? There we go. And then we're going to call it, let's say, Outside House. House. Underscore. I'm going to put game here so I know it's actually a game file. Press OK on that one. And then I think it's this. There we go. So the window is 320 by 256, and originally the game is, according to Moby Games, and I'm going to put this in chat so you can all see it. Video mode supported is 320 by 200, so I think that's okay. I think we can leave it as 256. Maybe we can play around with what we've got. I mean, the other thing that's interesting about the LGR version is it's slightly different. It does have the same front yard, inventory, exits and commands, but it doesn't have the kind of prettiness the other one does. So I don't know if their version was an older version or not. Let's try changing the title to front yard. Leave that normal windows there. Color's 16, I think that's fine. Now, how was it going to do it? There's a field list. That, I believe, is a button. That's the button list. We'll look at that in a sec. That is the memo. I don't want that one. That's proportional. Don't want that. Menu list. I don't think I want that. There's got to be some way I can kind of make a drawing somewhere. Key import, I don't want that one. Brush animation list. Maybe I've got to put a massive image at the back. Possibly have a couple of images, because this is based on you can actually use Deluxe Paint for this. Maybe that's what I'm gonna have to do. Save as. Yes. Give me a moment, let me just check something on the manual. There we go. Objects index, buttons, windows, menus, fields, document timers, animation. Okay. So if I remember right, the window is the entire thing itself. I thought there was something about drawing. I suppose what I can do is I can just put the buttons on anyway. And then come back and change it a bit later. Could be a better idea. Let's look at the window colors. Window editor. Attributes. So basically, this gives me when when the when you're in like browse mode, it will give you kind of whether you can close the button or you can set borders or anything like that. What are the options? Okay, I don't need that one. Colors, background color. Not sure what these are. I didn't really say what those ones were. Never came across those ones. This one you can put a massive picture at the back of it. Wondering whether that's a better idea. So I'm just going to give an example. If I do this, I can show the picture there. It's supposed to give me a helicopter, but it's not done yet. I don't know whether it's too small. There we go. So if I do that, so that's a massive image. So what I'm going to have to do is maybe make an image with that in at 320 by right. Okay, that's fine. Let me quit then. See if I can't remember whether they're actually fixed. Deluxe ping. Um. All right, fair enough. Okay, it's 320 by 256. And it still doesn't like it. Fuck it. I should have... There we go. Right, I think that's 256. Do we have... I've picked the wrong thing here. Right, just give me a moment. I'm just going to reinstall Deluxe Pink 4. Do apologise. What was I going to do? Is it on here? I think it might be. Let me just check I've got it on here. Never gone, okay. Right, whilst I'm here, I'm putting stuff on this. I'm going to do two things I'm going to put on here. So I need to find... Documents, oops, cancel. Ah, shit. I know what I've done wrong. I can get Deluxe Pink 4, just give me a minute. I've just been an idiot. Because I've still got some of the files on this hard drive and I've forgotten about it. Give me a moment, let me think. Think. Trying to remember where. Oh yeah, of course. This will remind me to make sure I've got everything. Problem is, when you got a 4 TB hard drive, there's always stuff that you kind of go, oh shit, I forgot about that. So yeah. I'm just grabbing the stuff I need. Rename. Problem is I've got to rename this as well because if it's too big, Amiga generally doesn't like file names too big because what it'll do is it'll cut off the name, and then I can't see what it is. That's never a good thing. Okay, I think I've got everything now. Okay. I need to do this. Get my disk ADF out. That's DF0. That's the image. Volumes, swap disk. Dpink 4. Image 104. It should be a... sorry. Okay. Hello now, because what we're working on. Okay, so, there's a program called Can Do, which is like a Hypercard program. And, there's an old, in fact, I'll show you now, because I think you've missed this part. So if I go into... a sec. So this game here is called Last Half of Darkness, and it's very much I think it will work quite well with Hypercard. So I'm going to try and recreate that into the Amiga and see whether that works out okay. This is not going to be a brilliant, probably not going to be a brilliant deluxe paint thing that I'm going to do here, but we'll have to see how well it... I just want to at least get the background in, and maybe we can change it all later, but that's what I'm planning on doing for the next few streams, at least getting that in. So what I'm going to do is... this. Can I do this? No. No. Oh, you could. Right, so you can do that with it. What's the? I'm sure you could do 3 lines. Give me a sec. Where is my... Not it. There we go. Anyway, edit. Deluxe Paint 4 manual. Give me a quick look. So it says here the toolbox, built-in paintbrushes, dotted freehand, straight line. That's what I picked on before. Filled or unfilled rectangle, which is what I wanted before, but it didn't actually give me one. Unless I'm supposed to... want that. Clear that. So let me do... I've done this before, but it just didn't want to... Rectangle tool lets you draw squares or rectangles, either filled or unfilled, with the current brush or background colour. Like the continuous freehand tool, the rectangle tool has a diagonal line running from its top right to the bottom left. Click the top left of the icon. Move the pointer onto the top left of the icon. Oh, I see. Right, okay, I get it. Right, I get it now. Fine. And then right click does that. Okay, fine. Let's see if we can do that. So, let me just get my reference point out. Oh, thank you for the raid there, Smash 1980. I'll just give you a few moments whilst I, Right, okay. Hello there, American Just Games. Okay, hello everybody from Smash 1980's, Smash 1980's, raid. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to do some Hypercard programming. I'm trying to make a game in Hypercard. I've picked the last half of Darkness, and I'm having fun getting my head around Deluxe Paint. So what I'm going to do is I just want to make sure that it's, if I do front yard, I think if I do this here, and then I do that there, that there. It's probably not going to be exact, but I just want to see how well this works. If I do right click here, get a nice little... Be interesting to see if this saves. Not too bad in terms of rectangles. And if I just show you guys the comparison, It's not perfect, but you get the kind of the idea. And I've not got the right angle, not got the right one there, but I want to see how well this saves. So if I put this in apps, can do. Put it in images for now. It's a good idea to stick it in there. I'm just gonna put test that. Let's see what that does. Yeah, so basically, what I'm doing is I'm going to try and make, sorry, I don't know if whether you see, I already heard what I said I was going to do. So, I'm going to just go back into Candu a minute. Candu's Hypercard program, and I'm just going to see if this will, how well this will show up. There's Candu, there it is. And because we've already assigned it, it comes back in. And then if I open up, where is Last Hour of Darkness? That's that one. That's that one, sorry. And then I'm going to change the image, picture window, that one. There are. Oh, okay, this looks good. Right, okay. So, we've got the image thing there. We've got the DP4, can't use the early ones. I think I have 4. Whatever ship with the A600 good printed manual. Just to reiterate, this is the manual that I bought recently. Nice and thick. I've not read it in a while, but it's good to flip through, and then I've been able to do that, so that's good. Right, and that's one thing I've noticed is these borders. I'm gonna see if I can get rid of the borders. Don't want that. It's this one I want. Options. Objects. Take the visible borders off. There we go. So that's that. That gives me that there. If I look at the other one, it's fairly close. If you ever watched Dancing Wolf do animations on D-Paint, no, I'd love to see that. You stick link in chat, and I'll have a look. Right, so I think I think this is a bit off, but for now we're just going to leave it as that. So front yard's in. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off, go back to the Windows section, and take off the close button. Right, okay, so that puts that front yard to the left. So that front yard is, as you can see, on, and I'm sorry about the smallness of this window, but it's just because it's part of the, you can see where it's at the top left, it actually says front yard there. So I've got, let me just check myself on. So front yard, inventory, exits, and then I've got commands. So the exits has got a square here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to So the square's at the top left. So I was thinking about this before. What I'm probably gonna have to do is make this a button in here, which would make sense because that button goes to the next card. If I add request is to draw button, I put a button here, this big. Name this button here. I think the next one was front porch. Oops. Let me just check what the next one is. It just says porch. Right, okay. Not good with that, but I enjoyed tinkering with DK. I'm never good with that. I'm just winging it at the moment. So this, I'm just going to put porch. I'm just going to put porch and put BTN on that one, just so that I know it's a button. The border, we're going to have a look at the border. Now we want to make a match of what was on the screen. The screen was just an outline, so I'm going to click outline here. I think that's correct. I'm going to leave it as an area. Now we've got these scripts here that do click, drag, release. Now I'm not going to do anything yet. I'm just going to leave it as is. That's a red. That needs to be white, really. Where is... Is there a colour for this? Don't know. Well, we'll come back to that in a minute. The fantastic collaboration with Co-Matron, was that? Right, I'm gonna copy that so that I've got that. Get in my notes. There we go. Thank you for that. Okay, so we've got this as the front yard. So I'm going to exit this, and then I'm going to make a new card. So add a new card. Is it this one? Add card name, and this one's going to be porch game. Okay. Exit that. Then we're going to do window. So we need to set the same thing. We change this to being porch. Same window mode. Same background. Should be correct. Front yard. Porch. Because there's no button there, that's correct. So we go back to here. We click this. We edit the porch button. And on click, what do we do? We need to go to different cards. Let me just check the manual. First story stuff on Amiga Bell streams. I do occasionally watch Amiga Bell, not all the time, but I do. I think Sundays is quite varied of who's on, but that's Twitch for you. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna put onto here where they can do Amiga manual. So I'm just going to put this in chat. So in here you can see the same manual that I'm reading. There is a link to it that you can have a look for. The moment I'm just looking for I think I need to do Do I need menus? No, I don't need menus. I think I just need a command. Script editor index. I don't think I need that one. So the manual of there's the commands. The manual I've given you, excuse me, the manual I've given you is an old one. But as I said before, if you didn't hear me, I have done. There are a couple of tutorials in it, and it is still possible to do because this is a later version of the Can-Do programming thing, and it's fairly simple. It's like some of the things it says going over here, but they've actually kind of in this version put everything in one. If you get what I mean. Here we go. Go to card. Where's that? Have I got this correct? Or I think that's more of a card. Where's the bottom section? Got editor tools, which is not quite what I want. No, it's around somewhere. I do apologise if this is occasionally boring, but I'm trying to do something a little bit interesting. And we will go back to the cover disc stuff. It's just I came across this in the cover discs, and I thought it might be nice to have a bit of a change from the cover discs for a bit. There's a field, sub-menu items. No worries, okay. Picture window, dimension, windows, which we've seen before. There's the button stuff. Button scripts, there we go. Click events happen with the left mouse click, but yep, I've got that. You've given me a nice big box, but I'm not quite sure what ones are, unless I just basically go to, let's see what happened. If I do that instead, actually. Let's say goodbye, bedtime, catch you all later. No problem. Thank you for the raid as well. Smash 1980. If you're following on with the manual, I'm currently looking at page 413. I don't think it's done what I want. Now it's talking about Windows, which is not what I want. It's like, oh, here's all the clicky stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's cool, but where's the... Here's the script editor, isn't it? Yeah. Right, hang on a minute. Sounds, animation, disk. I need to look into AREX as well. I've heard that's supposed to be quite a powerful scripting engine for the Amiga, and it does have something about it, but it's something to do with communication. Editor tools, paint editor tool. I'll have to have a look at that soon. But we've already written done something in Deluxe Paint. Card Finder tool. That was the go-to bit. Remember reading about expressions? I don't quite need that. There we go, card movement commands. Okay, let's try go to card. Card name was it Porch Game? I think it was. Okay. Now let's exit this. Go into browse mode and click that. There we go. Right, so we've done it. So, sorry. Which means we can now sort of use this to click around and get to where we need to be. Okay. Sorry about that. That should be in browse mode. And that goes to Porch. Rel. Okay. The Porch has two sections. One goes back to, let me just check. Okay, so I'm just going to do the other one according to the second one, which I will put up on the screen so you can see where I am. You know what, I'm going to try and see if I can make this a bit bigger for you all. And then I think it's this to crop. No. There we go. There we go. So make that a bit better for you all so you can see. So you can see where the exits are on this. And if I just do... This is supposed to go to the porch and it says you can't walk through the door. But this one goes back to the front yard. So this goes to the porch. This goes to the front yard. So I need to make that second one. And then at least then we've got something cyclical. So it's on that side. You need to add a button. Stick, I think it's around here. It doesn't really matter because we can move it anyway if it's not quite right. We changed it back to... Oops. Front yard button. Change this to an outline. This is where the colouring is. That's what we need to change. If I can. Why did it not let me change the bottom colour? Oh, that's because I'm being an idiot. So I just need to press these little buttons. Oops. That one. There we go. and click, and then go to card. That goes front. It's that one. Oops. Okay, that's fine. We've made a mess up somewhere. So all we need to do is we need just to go back to the front yard and see what this was called. That's what I've buggered up. This is why outside house games. So that's really should have been front yard. Should have to edit that actually. There's nothing else. There we go. Let's do this back and forth. Excuse me. Edit this so we can actually get the right color outline. There we go. Let's save this. So you can start to see how this is getting built up now. I've also realised that I actually probably need a bit of a gap between these two. Let me just... What's the... I think if I go in super browser mode, it should give me full screen, yeah. So this gives me, super browser mode gives me full screen so I can actually see that. So this needs... just pull this up so you can see. Examine, go, open. Be interesting to see if I can actually put the F keys in there. I think I should be able to. In fact, let me just double check the manual for the text because I need to do two things. I need to write one with examine on, or at least one with go. Oh, that's a thought. See, in the original game, if I remember correctly, I say the original game, but yeah, it's the original game. I click here, and then I click there to go back. And I click go here. Yeah, some of these are hot spotting, so it'll be interesting to see whether... So there's like a big hot spot all the way around here. Okay. Well, let's at least put the examination word up, because at least then we can do that and make it change color on click. That's at least some of it. I need to change prep work because we're not kind of prepping at the moment. Kind of... Right, let me quick check the manual. The other thing I'm going to need to think about is how I'm going to get the images in through because the Amiga has a particular format for images. I mean, I suppose you could write it in JPEGs, but if I'm going to transfer this over to maybe an Amiga 600 that probably doesn't have the file stuff in it, it's probably not going to like me using. But if I remember rightly, actually, I've got to use Deluxe Paint stuff anyway. So whether I can convert it in Deluxe Paint is possible. But let's just save it as a bitmap and then bring it in. Maybe that could be done. Right, commands, expressions, graphic, commands, where's the text? Pretty sure there's text. Fields. Field editor tool allows you to, with a field object, I don't want that. Selecting color. Text menu. Script editor. Timers. Document font, that's not quite what we want. Integer fields. Text field, there we go. Where's that fields? Yeah, okay. How do I get out of this mode? Shit, how do I get out of super user mode? Excuse me a moment, I've just put myself in a mode and I can't get myself out of it. I think I'm on section 4. Design mode, edit mode. On scripts. Each button. Windows. Dimension. Display mode. And it talks about ham. Somebody is looking at the manual. Please try and find the section where it talks about super browse mode. Because there's a way to get out of it. I can't remember what it was. I am pressing. I press X. Not X. Escape, but nothing's happening. I don't know whether that's because I'm not using an Amiga keyboard. Right click, you can see the top bit doing this, but it doesn't do anything. That's need to kind of. Unless it's a key combo or something like that, I'm not quite sure. The Amiga keys and they're not doing anything. Maybe I shouldn't have got rid of the escape, but it wouldn't make sense if you got rid of the escape button and they wouldn't. Tell you what, just to make it a bit less boring, I'm just gonna push in another window capture. There we go. Just so you can see where I'm trying to look. Otherwise, you're just gonna be like, I'm bored now. So routines, ARX, extras. How's it gone? It's a script edit which I don't need at the moment. It's a bit too complex. It's DOS editor tool. That's the command stuff. This is that go-to card name thing we use as the command. That's the commands index. The only issue with this manual I have is there is no, the index at the back where you can kind of like quickly find something. I have to remember set 10 because I think that changes the color. It's card. So, just in case you've forgotten what I was looking for, I'm looking for a mention of the super browser, I think it's called. That's basically where it drops the bottom part so you can see this full screen. This is think this was one of the tutorials it did. So I don't think it's going to be in here. Dex and index might have been this one. Card menu is go to first. Super browse. Main control panel will disappear. Your application will be able to interact a little faster. Oh, right. Double click. It's not even doing anything now. When you double click on a window, Candy's main control window will appear. Okay, this button's not working either, so either it's crashed or I've pressed something that's caused it not to. I think this is going to be a slight crash. I might have to restart it. Okay, give me a sec. I'll just have to remember to be careful with super browse mode. That's fine. We know where we're going with it anyway. It's not like I don't have the background saved and anything. So, apps. Can do again. Assign to that folder. Volumes, apps. Can do there. Open the card. Well, just quick go and browse. That goes to the porch. It goes back to the front yard. So we've saved that part. Brilliant. So let's make sure it's saved again. There we go. So that's what we did. We moved those over. We said the next thing we were going to do is we're going to look at the text part of it. So what's this? This is field, isn't it? So we have to draw a field here. It's a text field. Let me just type in examine text. Initial text. Examining. See if that actually comes up. Let's come up. We need to change this to edit. Edit that. Change that. We want no border. Press OK there. Now, question is, can I actually edit this? Select or return. So you can actually click this. So maybe what I actually need instead in this is actually a button, because you can't click that. Okay, that's fine. So if we cancel, we delete this, exit, put a button instead, add there. Change that to examine button. Call it a text. Text we want just examine. We want it plain. Then we can leave it as this. That's okay. Border. We don't want a border on it. That's okay for now. There we go. So there we go. We've got that there. And then we can edit this. And then we say click. Right, okay, this is gonna be Okay, so I think I'm just gonna quickly look at the manual, because it's talking about there was a set pen thing. So if I click and do a set pen, just go right to the bottom. Command, what we got? Show brush animation, stop script. One of those. Set channel, set pen. And that's supposed to be 632. Okay, it sets the primary, secondary, and outline pen color register. This command allows users to specify which colors to draw with. Pen B and pen O are optional. So I need to set pen. Oh, right. Okay, it's going to be based on set pen. I'm going to put 5 on that one. Okay. Oh. It's probably not going to do anything, actually, thinking about it. Yeah. I need to rewrite on that section, doing it. Sure, you can change the button text. Possibly. So we've got depth name, delete keyword. This is where you can do drawers in this as well, but that's at script level. Echo text. Got mouse X and Y. But I wouldn't need that since I've already clicked it, so it already knows where I'm going to be. Tell you what, I'll put this on so you can see what I'm doing. Set area draw mode. Set buffer size, set integer, set pen. There's no set button. I'm sure I should be able to get button stuff. Find the word. Nothing about buttons. First card, find word, frame animation, get brush, get buffer info. Go to card. Which is probably the only command we've done at the moment. Apart from set pen, but set pen needs to have, if I remember rightly, something after it. It needs to have a print thing after it, but there's no point in. Let me just find the object bit again and see whether that's linked to anything. Object name, object state, 661. Set text command sets a string displayed in a string field. Name is specified in, that's the field editor. Object state. That's buffer commands. Object commands. There's no button commands. Here X. Icon. File. Graphic commands maybe? Fill brush, transparent, clip picture, clip brush. No, I don't think it's in there. We've only got object buffer miss commands. So maybe you can't change the button text. I'm gonna have to play around with this off screen to see whether it's possible. Because it should be somewhat possible. You know what? I tell what I can do. Rather than doing this, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna set the rest of the cards. So at least when we've got something, and then I can come back and I can kind of sort the rest out rather than me faffing around with this. So let's get that done. So at least then we've got a basis, or at least a skeleton of, because we've already started with, you know, this bit going over to, oops, I keep forgetting that's on design mode. Give me a moment. So we know we can change between these. So that's fine. Let's move to the next card and do the next one. So the next one, according to not that, on this. So that goes to the porch. This porch, basically this part says I can't walk through the door. So this is the door part. So I'd probably have to click open this. And then maybe that's another card with an open door. And then I can do this. Door's already open. Oh. Go here. Right, okay. So it's entrance hall. This goes back to the porch. Okay, so porch game, maybe what I need to do, actually, so if I add another one, and then I call it, can I duplicate actually, cancel, yeah, copy of porch. I'm going to change this to porch underscore open. That's what I should have done. Just put another button here. Give me a moment. Delete that for a sec. Oops. Sorry, I realised that I'm doing stuff and you can't see what I'm doing. Okay, porch game, I'm gonna need to add here. I'll call that, what am I gonna call this one? So this one is need to open door. Or can't walk through the door, so I can call this closed door BTN. This needs to be a outline. A 19. Click. And then I can put something along the lines of just going to quickly check the manual. I'm not going to bring you over just because I think I know where I'm going to need to go to. So I don't need to do a pen, but I do need to do a print text 633. Prints a string using the current pen colors, print style and font. The XY coordinate specifies the upper left corner of the text string. So what I need to do is just do print text. Then it's, what's it going to be? It's going to be 200 down. I'll put excuse me, 20x 200y, and then what was the message in the game? Problem is oh, I can close the door, can't I? Oh, as soon as I open the door, I can't close it. Oh, fine, okay. I'll just make up something and I can change it later. It's fine. You can't go through closed doors. Why didn't it like that? Let's do that instead. Invalid expression and number 1 of the script. Closed door. Why didn't it like that? I've got comma where it should be. I've got print text. I've got 20. $200. Because it's 250 wide. It's 250 high. 20 in. Print text is correct. Why does it not like this? Let me just change it to 2020. Error 56, invalid expression. Do I need to set pen first? Shouldn't be. It doesn't like it. It's line number 2, so it's not this. So something on here it doesn't like. Maybe I need to. What space is in? Well, it's taken out the spaces. What the hell is wrong with that? I'll just show you the manual to show you that I'm pretty sure that I'm doing that correctly. Ooh. Now, Graham, thank you for the rate. Actually, I'll give you a sec because I don't know how long it's going to take for you guys to. Yep, raid. Thank you for the raid, now, Graham, and for everybody here. So, for those of you just come in, at the moment I'm doing a bit of Hypercard programming. I did mention this to Graham, which I think it was a couple of weeks ago I said I was going to do it. So, in a DOS game called Last Half of Darkness, that was Let's Played with Pushing Up Roses and Lazy Graham Reviews years ago, and it's a DOS game. Let me just pull up the game itself. So this is basically what it looks like. And then as I'm playing it, so I can show you, it goes backwards and forwards. So I thought this might be good for a Hypercard game. So this is what I'm going to try and recreate. I'm already coming up with some problems here and there, but it's fine. I'm sure we can get around it. At least get close to it anyway. It might not be 100% perfect. At the moment, I'm trying to get it so that it will print text on after I click the button. And this is the example I've got. So it says print text there, print text, X, Y, and string. But for some reason, Candu is having an issue with what I've put in. And I'm not sure why. So... Good evening. Looks interesting. Definitely a bit... Yeah, it's definitely a bit better from... I think I've bored a few people. But to be fair, I mean, this is the thing with programming. Especially when you've doing something you've never really done before. So, and then go back from manuals and things like that. It is what it is, really, isn't it? So, maybe what it doesn't like is maybe it doesn't like the quotes I've used. Let me just see if I can just do this, because it should just print the text. Ah, there we go. I wonder whether the text I've printed is too long. Maybe that's the issue. I didn't think that would have been a problem. Okay, so put this to 200. Why has it got a 20 up there? There should be a 20 up there. What the f... Okay. This is fun. Trying to work out what the fuck is going on. Hang on. Let me just... So go back here to edit, close the door button. Go into scripts. It should be printing... Unless this version of Candu has switched. I'm wondering whether that's the problem. It's not printing anything. Also, for those of you watching, if you're wondering what else it does, so I'm just going to go back to the first card. Oh, it's there. I can see it at the bottom. So this is the front yard. And if I click here, it goes to the porch. This goes back to the front yard again. I just noticed. Okay, let me just save it because I want to go back into super browse mode. Right, okay. That's why. This is where I have to reset it possibly. Because it says double click to get out of it, and I can't seem to be able to do that. Oh, there we go. Done something. Right, I'm gonna have to reboot. Hang on. At least I saved it beforehand. But at least I now know that the earlier version of this program has switched the command for printing text. Right, okay, so we need to go into this one. I'm just gonna check design is D. Right, I'll have to see whether I can do that next time. I don't know. Unless they've changed something else, which is quite likely. Okay, so I'm just gonna change this to open. You cannot. Let's see if that saves. Alright, so it does, right, okay, that's fine. So Amiga D. Amiga D? No. It doesn't like doing that, does it? I don't even know what I did last time. It's more confusing to me than the wasted dreams. I need to find the I think an updated version of Can Do manual, because it's a bit annoying having to reset when I want to check the bottom part. But at least I know it works. Is there anything specifically that you're confused about? Or is it just a whole general thing? Because if it's about the way it works, it's basically a set of cards. So imagine, so the way I've done it is, imagine Photoshop. You know, Photoshop has layers, and it's the same thing here. It's kind of got cards as like layers. Let me just open up this, and then I can show you. So what I've done is I basically said layer 1 has a background with this that I've drawn, you know, the 3 blocks I've drawn. It's got a card title that says front yard. It's got a button that goes to the next layer, or well, not the next layer, but a specific layer. So this button here goes to the porch. layer, and then we've done the same thing again. We said this layer has this porch, this porch title. This goes back to the layer previously, and then this one actually prints. You can't do anything. It actually puts it down here. I'm not going to reset it again because I've got it's a pain in the ass, but I know it's possible to do, and that's why it's there. So essentially, that's pretty much. Oh, it's fine. Just sorry, I didn't see that. But essentially, that's what we're doing. If anybody else is kind of confused. So okay, so that's in. So this is the inventory. That's going to be interesting how we're going to do that. So that's in. This does that. Then I need to do a new card. Now I can do a copy of that card. Then I can do porch open. So then this button, this is a duplicate. Oh, I'm going. It's going to edit, and then yeah. So this goes back to the front yard. We're fine. This one, however, is going to change to, what was the section in? Entrance hole. So it should have everything the same because we've not changed anything. The script, however, is going to change, but we can't do anything yet. And then we're going to go and make a new card. Add card. And then we're going to call this one Entrance Hall. Entrance Hall game. This is going to have title of Entrance Hall. Everything else should be correct. And then we're going to go back to, let's make sure, card open, that's the one we want. We don't want the other one. And then we can go into edit button here. Click this one. Edit this. Click the script. Change this to being go to card. And then we're going to call it Entrance Hall Game. Press OK. OK on that one. And then we're going to test it. And then we've got Entrance Hall. And that's that. Okay. I'm going to kind of finish the Entrance Hall. And then I'm going to move over to playing Wasted Dreams. So I did say I was going to play that. So, according to this, just let me show you that bit. So we've got 3 buttons there. This button goes back outside. This button goes to the hallway. This goes back again. This one goes up to the hallway. And I think I'm assuming this one goes back down, yeah. So we're going to make these 3 buttons, have this going back, and then we need to make these 2 connect up, and I'll do that next week. So, it shouldn't take too long to do this. Entrance hole. I need to click add, click button. Press OK. I think it's about here. Do this. This goes back to porch. Open button, just to make that clear, just so we know it's for my, that's for my specific purposes to know that one. You don't specifically have to write that, but it does help. This is 19, I think. And then we need to click, go to card. Game. I'm going to add this one here. This one, I think this one goes the whole way. If not, we can fix that next week. Outline 19. Not going to put any script in this at the moment. We just need to remember we don't have one. And then another button there. Around about here. I know they're all different sizes. We can get that fixed as well. And this is, I think it was... Was it upstairs or was it a hallway? That's the hallway. Oh, there's two hallways. It's the upstairs hallway there. Okay. Right. So I'm going to put upstairs. Hallway. Oops. Upstairs hallway button. Let's set these so they're already done. 19. Don't need a script. Press OK. Let's save this. Right, so we've already got a few areas done. So next week, don't worry, I'm not killing the stream. I'm just saying what's going to happen for this section next week. Next week, things I need to look for. I think I need to play around with. Let me just write this down so I've got it. I've got it somewhere that I can. We've got screen one outside. We've got those in. We've got the two boxes. We've got inventory. So I need to look for next week. I need to investigate for next week. I'll put investigate possible button text change, because it should be possible to do that. What else was it that I need to do? I need to check how to swap between the super browser, and outside it. I need to see about importing the graphics to the Amiga, because then we can start to put the that in here, and then you've got something to look at. I need to look into how to set button sizes. And what's the last one I want to do? Oh, hotspots. Oh no, no. There's a different way of doing the hotspots. Because I was thinking about this. If you look at it, I'm just going to do an add on the button. Actually, no, not a bad. I'm going to go and edit. If you look at border, you can have a 0 border. So what we could do is we could just go, here's a button, like at this point here, but we have no border, so it ends up being like a hotspot. So we could test that and see whether we can get around doing that. I don't know how well it's going to show up. That could be possible. I think that's probably the better way of doing it. We'll have to see whether doing that over the button is gonna if there's like an image on here and the button goes over, you've got no border, does it still have a black outline, or is it going to be... So that's going to be interesting to see if that's going to be possible. But I think that might be the way to go. But we'll have to see about that next week. So yeah, I'm just going to experiment with button. I'm going to just call it a hotspot. Because if that works, then we're pretty much, that gets that part out of the way. Right, okay, so we'll save that and quit it. So thanks everybody for putting up with that section. We'll definitely come back to that next week. We'll put some more stuff in. We'll get those investigated. Hopefully I can get those done and get a few images from the game and pull them over. That'd be good. Right, so the next part of this stream is Wasted Dreams. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reboot it just in case. Oops, why is it asking me to reinsert swap? I didn't even put anything. Okay. I don't need to put it back in anyway, to be fair. The reason for that is because that's got the game on it. Right, okay. CD0, insert image, volumes, swap, CD games, Wasted Dreams, okay. Put the game name back on. Right, so as you all know, I've managed to get past the sewer level, and I think the next part was Is this 307? I think so. Oh yeah, around here where we kind of had a few doors to open and then nothing. So I'm wondering whether I actually need to come out of here. And he did actually say there was some plugs he found. Where's the... I've got screwdriver, shrapnel, minerals, an empty can, pickaxe, Hypercard, laser cutter, laser gun, body shield, which we've got fuck all left of. I think actually, let's see if... No. It's a crowbar. In fact, did we use a crowbar in any of the doors? I think we might have done.
You guessed it, another closed door.
We've been in here. This was, I think the only thing of interest was that kind of to the left here was this kind of it's like a shower or something, like anti-radiation shower or something like that. And these had beds in. This had ammo in. This bit to the right here. This we couldn't get in.
There might be something useful inside. I just have to find a way to open it.
But what let me do with the crowbar? Oh, a laser cutter.
It doesn't work.
Okay.
It doesn't work.
Supply code doesn't work either. I found this area not very useful either. So I'm wondering whether this is a kind of a dead end area for a little bit.
This door is still closed. Doesn't work. I should try something else. Doesn't work. I should try something else.
I don't really have much to try, that's the problem. There's nobody here to talk to.
This building is still under construction, like many other things around here.
Right, I'm just gonna go back out. There's the guy that we shot.
I don't need more ammo. My weapon is full.
Let me just go back down here for a second. Okay, so I got something called plugs, but it ends up being shrapnel. I don't know why I got that.
I could do with the rest, but unfortunately I have no time for that.
I wonder whether the shrapnel is. Ooh, what's? Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was a guy still alive. There's something up here, but I don't know whether the shrapnel might help. See, I can't go through there because there's a force field in.
A sample will be enough. There's no point in carrying a bunch of worthless minerals around.
I've already got some minerals, so.
A sample will be...
You know what, I'm just going to save here just to make sure whether I can get past it or not. Yeah, I thought so. Which means that this one is going to do the same thing. Well, can I get through here? No. Right, that's confirmed then.
I'm going to need a suitable door card.
I've already got one, I think.
Nothing. Darn. I should have known it was just a simple supply card.
That's not going to help.
Curiosity is killing me. I simply have to find out what it is. Curiosity.
problem is I've explored most of this area, or pretty much all this area. There's really nothing. Like, he says that, but when he says I'm curious about it, but it doesn't really do anything. Unless we're supposed to do something else.
Let's see what happens if I throw some of these minerals inside. Nothing special. It simply disappeared.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Oops.
Wow! What an explosion! Seems like these minerals don't belong in there. That could have been a lot worse. I think I should quickly get out of here before someone comes to investigate.
Right, so what did that do then? Oh, I got shot. So that looks like it's something I should have been able to do, but let me just get that thing up. Okay.
Let's see. Wow! What an explosion! Seems like these minerals don't belong in there. That could have been a lot worse. I think I should quickly get out of here before someone comes to investigate.
Too busy talking, not enough time for me to kind of get away. It's just an idea just to shoot everybody and then do it. I mean, is that a distraction for something?
Wow! Seems like these I think I should quickly get out of it.
Ooh, oh, for fuck's sake. So, the first time I did that, I was in the right, but now I'm going to have to spend several times redoing this just to get the right, just to wait for him to bugger off. Let's just shoot him. Oh no, I can't. So interesting in this game, I spent most of my time causing carnage and pissing people off
Let's see.
than I have helping people.
Wow! What an explosion! Seems like these minerals don't belong in there. That could have been a lot worse. I think I should quickly get
Right, move, move, move. Suppose I should save at this point as well. Can I go over here? Nope. Unless it's caused this lot to be... Someone's shooting at me. Oh. Okay, those are resurrected. These are down. Oh, they won't. Fuck. Maybe the middle one was down, possibly. Oh, yeah, the middle one's down. Okay. I'll talk to these two. Oh, for fuck's sake. Forgot about that bloody barrier. Don't know how I managed to get away with that, but never mind.
Can you do me a favor? Yes, certainly. I've got a lot of work to do trying to get everything in order after this attack, and I should have returned his book to Paul. It's nothing important, but he left his ID card inside it. Could you take it to him for me? Sure, no problem. Thanks. Which Paul? Where do I find him? Paul Hendrick, as usual. He's probably at the bar. Yeah, sure, no problem.
Right, so we're going to go all the way back down to where we started off from. Because I think I know which she's talking about. Because they look to be a bar type place. On the right hand side, in the first, well, when we first started off, we went into down to that room, and it had like 4 sections. I think it's the right hand side. I think that's the bar. Well, it's a good thing that I did actually backtrack. Otherwise, I'd have been stuck. Really not happy with this lack of body stuff. You know what? I should have killed those things before I came back out. And the problem is that's the only way to get back in there. Alright, so I need to save when I get to the other side. Give me a moment and just get to the area before the screen transition. Which I believe is around here. Right, let's save there. Drop. Got you. I know there's another one below, but you can wait. I wonder whether Paul's going to let us give us access to another part of the place. It's right here. I think it's called Paul, maybe. Is it?
This is... I better get out of here.
No. Well, this would have been Paul. Oops. Accidentally pressed the wrong button. I'd laugh if I was killed by Paul then. No, that's not Paul. This must be him. This looks like a bar. Okay, maybe it's not.
must hurry. There's nothing useful on this terminal.
Yeah, because we looked at that the other week, I think. Is this one of those pixel perfect things where I've got to kind of stand at a particular point? Oh, there's the ID card. Oh, wait a minute. I wonder whether... I use the ID card.
It doesn't work.
Okay. Worth a try. That's the ID card. It's for the other doors.
You don't have permission to enter. Access denied.
Okay.
Doesn't work. I should try something else.
Oh, unless it's the other door on the other side that I've just come from. Bet it is. Which is going to be a pain in the ass because they're wandering around trying to shoot me because I blew something up. This way, perhaps. Fuck's sake. Do I have to kill them, really? I mean... it's a very dick thing to do. Blow up the stuff. I mean, they weren't even hostile. And then you got to kind of shoot them just to kind of... Alright, just realised my pop is showing. It's the pop is the for the microphone. In case you didn't know. Right, okay.
I'm going to need a...
Well, I've got... Okay, I don't have one then. So I'll kill those two for no fucking reason. Right, I'm just gonna reload that then. Excuse the dying saga. There's no other place that I know of, unless we're talking about that little camp thing at the top right. But I can't see why that would be. Unless it's in here? I don't see any pub in here.
This is some kind of terminal for operating machines. I don't see how I can use it.
No pull. Unless I have to have a specific item on maybe the book wasn't the right thing to have. You go around every single person I can see. Nope. Not with there. Must be in here then. Nope. I don't get it. It's got to be It's got to be this one. I can't.
I could use a good nap. Ammo boxes, I'll take a few. It doesn't work.
I don't get it at all. This must be the bar. I mean, he's obviously sat there drinking something. Well, you know, that's the point, is you don't give him his ID card back, but why would you? Why would that even be a thing?
This is really tempting. I'd better get out of here.
There's only one other place that I've been that it could be, but I doubt it. Oh, it's. Oh no, it's not. It's. Thought that was a new guy, but never mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to just out of here. Oh, and to the right. Yeah, I thought maybe this might be something, but it's not. I'm gonna try and kill these two below here. Really dumb move, but fuck it. Maybe I'll give me... I don't know. Maybe I'll give me something that I've not thought of, or... Oh, there's Sam. See, there's not much for... Yeah, it's not really much... there. I was supposed to give a book back to somebody. I'll try for another 10 minutes and I'm going to give up.
Doesn't work. I should try.
You don't have permission to enter. Access denied.
I was always interested in knowing how these mud machines produced such clear water. I was always
Sure, there were 3 places out there that I couldn't get into. Unless I'm confusing it with this door in here. Maybe it's some sort of weird pixel perfect thing. I mean, I've never spoken to the person. Probably sure it's worth trying. It'd take 10 minutes, but it's like, I don't know where else to go. I mean, I could just try and kill those down there, but I don't think it's going to give me anything. You know what? I'm just going to call it that. Right. So the other thing I need to do as well for next Monday is see if I can find out where I'm going wrong with that, because it doesn't make sense. I mean, last time I went down there, nobody said anything, and there was only a door. And now I'm being told, go and give this to Peter, who is the bar. I'm assuming that's the bar, because the guy's drinking behind what looks to be a rounded area. And I'm not getting anything, even when I'm selecting book or the ID card. It's just, I don't know. Excuse me. So next week is gonna be more. Well, next week on Monday is gonna be more Wasted Dreams, and we're gonna do some more on the game project on Hypercard, also known as Can Do. I've already said what's going to be there, so I've got some things to look into, and then we can like carry on with it. Yep, quick now. Where is my stream schedule? Thanks for the stream, Nankers. No problem there, Amiga Gamer. So I'm back tomorrow with the last section of the Gamete handheld. I'll just show you what that looks like. So that's there in the bottom right. I also know that we did start doing that because I couldn't get Iron Assault finished on my 486 because the CD-ROM drive kind of decided to fail. What I might do, I didn't really want to do it this way because I've got the 486 to play with, and I wanted to kind of finish it on the 486. What I might do is I might see if I can get Iron Assault working on the Mister. If that's the case, I might be able to get the save files from the 486 into the Mister and basically finish Iron Assault from that, because I know a lot of you enjoyed Iron Assault. So I want to try that way. I'll let you know if that happens. If not, the backup is doing a Super Wonder Vision, looking at that instead. So that's what I'm thinking. Friday, I need to get back to Mysteries of the Sith. I have installed it. I just recently downloaded DG Voodoo, so I need to test that, make sure that's working, and then I can get back to doing that. Let's Play on Sundays is Tomb Raider 4. Apologies for not doing yesterday. I was basically still busy transferring stuff over from the hard drive over to here. I've had to re-download a lot of stuff, basically. Even though I've pulled all this information over, I looked back on the hard drive, and because it had been a couple of days, I was like, I couldn't remember if I got everything over. So I just started to re-download everything, and then started to delete stuff that I downloaded onto the new hard drive, just so that I had an idea of what had been moved and what hadn't been moved. So that's still ongoing. It's got like I said, I've got most of the stuff over. I'm just like today when I was like, oh, where's my Deluxe Pink 4 discs? They're still on here. So it's just like, right, okay. Anyway, but yeah, that's a thing. Let's see who is available for raiding. Let's take that off. I think Amiga Live is doing Pirates. Yes, yeah. Okay. Right. I'm going to go raid Amiga Live. They are doing... someone is actually playing Pirates. I think it's Sid Meier's Pirates. Sid Meier's Pirates. So, very good pirate simulation thing. So you get to battle, do one-on-one fights, and then you kind of plunder and go and get your little fleet and that sort of thing. It's better for me just to kind of push you over, put you over there, and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So let's get raiding. Alright, again, thanks everybody for popping in. I've enjoyed at least seeing that someone else is doing some sort of game project on Amiga. Do apologise, it's not assembler stuff, but you know, it's a bit of a difference. Yep, so I will be back tomorrow. Thanks to Nagram and Smash 1980 for the raids as well, but before I forget. And yep. Yeah, see you tomorrow then. So until then, bye. Oh, for